Oh boy, 6.2 is out. I got a lot of catching up to do. Getting a wealth for Sean once, or wish to discuss distribution of treasure. Okay. Navigating for to spend treasure wisely, we must first determine which groups would benefit most from monetary assistance. Whom citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the satrap directly, so I'd ask that you act in my stead. Yeah, makes sense. You visit Akali and Edlamad. Speak with Matya and his people, listen to their grievances. Senior, I bid you do the same at Pakistan. I'll be conducting my own inquiries at Giant Skull Grounds. Okay. Once you believe that you've ascertained the needs of populace, we can reconvene at Megaduda. Sounds like Mega Duty. Drop a fat dookie. Let me just make sure. Okay, good. Oh, I'm so glad to see that you've returned unharmed. You finished with the boat then? I don't remember what boat. It's been a while. Anything that the village desperately needs. So Kozal's loss hit us hardest. I'm trying to find buyers for my fish. Although I sell a few here and there, it's much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. Now we're just banding together as best we can. Okay. No brain black mage me. Interesting. Okay, ride me again. I don't know what kind of riding you're into. I don't want to know. Oh, why is my... Okay. I don't know why my bird was just going really slow there. Wait, are they inside the building here? Or are they in the tent? They're in the tent, okay. Greetings and welcome, traveler. If this is your first visit down there, then you must try my special Amra Lassi. Oh, this is I know Lassi is like some kind of like Indian, I think, drink or something. Refreshing zest cannot be beat. Look at such a wonder cost. You wonder. It's a mouthful. Normally I part with 3 bottles for a generous price of 19,000. Excuse me. Like 20k just for 3 bottles. Holy crap! It's almost 7,000 per bottle. Jeez. For you, I'm willing to go as low as even 10,000. Jesus. Hold on, let's think about this. You're practically stealing from me. Hold on. 19,800 for 3. Okay. And then 10,000. Is he saying 10,000 for all 3? 10,000 each. So if it's 10,000 for 3, then that's 3,300. Basically, for each one. I'm not a Stinian. I'll go with this one. Times are harsh, my friend. The world may no longer be on fire, but we're still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sisters, spare me. Might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. I myself barely have a coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I didn't change the odd adventure for a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging scraps. I'd be scratching for scraps in the street. Okay. But yeah, no, we are not Estinian. Oh, I ran right past you. What ails you, friend? How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? Trade routes are open once more now that the danger's past, certainly. But no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Khazal and his consortium were still with us, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was a man who got things done. God's rest his soul. Key local figures, gain understanding of the populace hardships. First on waste your report at okay. I'll part with 150. Man, the sub 60 FPS. Holy crap. Oh my lord. I think it's the rain. But this guy you cast Living Dead, what? Okay, whatever. There's so many people here. My advisor's returned. Just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of massive creatures descending from the sky can be startling, to say the least. There are few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cart or stall. True. Fair enough. Oops. What do you say? As for my inquiries, the people of Pakistan were unanimous in their reply. Okay. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Yedlamad. From what I understand, that they've always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like. Knows assured the jungle provides for their needs, for the most part. Pakistan has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. Yeah, what it seems like. I myself heard the good news and that the corpsmen are cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant skull to a foreign trader. Such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnir has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. Let's identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we may begin working on removing them. Tell me, what did you learn in Kiali and I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. This is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied soldiers in Yedlamad. Yedlamad? I don't know. I'm reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beasts sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale repeated over and over. So many lives lost. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome. But we will not. I'll consider the perspectives that you've brought me and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I'd like you to be in attendance when I announce a proposal to my assembled functionaries. Ready?
The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadar's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Karazal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. A simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Is it going to give me a dialogue option? Oh gosh. I'm not sure about the middle one. Taxes, levy them on trade profits in exchange for your investment. Orphanages funded through trade and highly coveted goods. I mean, orphanage does sound good. I'll have a place to stay and all that.
Of course, we can draw on trading profits to build a new institution. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadar's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage. Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
I was thinking Ahuan for some reason, but I guess Kosal works too.
A fitting candidate. Karazal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
That's a lady behind you, by the way.
This bodes well for that boy. Murad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kalzal Foundation. Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor. Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. I'm reminded of Ishgard.
Indeed, indeed. Giant popoto pancakes. I don't know what any of this stuff does. Or what any of this stuff is. So let's top fluffy bed of chilled gelatin. Oh, this is a dessert. I'll take the dessert. Veteran Radiant wishes shares gratitude. Thank you for putting forth Kalzal's name. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. Oops, I think I skipped something. Oh, okay. Felt like I did. You'll forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Stola. She asked that you meet her at her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Okay. She's dead. Thank you. Stola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go with you. Okay. Oh, I think I already know what's about to happen. This probably end up spoiling for myself, I think. I thought the Sastra would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of this administration since before I assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done. I'm curious to learn what the conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish, allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna check with this Stola and see what she's been up to. Okay. Holy crap, there's so many people. Are these all people coming back from like for 6.2?
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many voids and found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain Exarch dragged us to the first. And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th.
Oh, they transfer their souls into the like a vessel.
Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No, the danger is too great.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I assure you I was most attentive, and I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved. I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands. That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzat-Han, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daimir was overseeing the project.
Daimir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, They created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made voidsent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
Interesting.
A man-made voidsent.
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daemir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
I'm pretty sure this is the same answer. The first one.
Yes, it may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
Yay. Charlene's such a nice place to be. I love the music there. Then there goes Estinian.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Aw, he cares about the little boy. Cares about the little orphan boy.
Let us be on our way as well.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
I mean, he's got his duties as satrap, so I mean... There's that. Oof. 1138. Yikes, that's a lot. Ah. Oh my god, there's so many people here, holy shit. What the hell is that? What on earth? Is that their weapon? There's a hold up. Earrings, no. Oh, that's the Purgatory Cures. What the? That's. Wow, that's crazy looking. Song of Falling Snow. Interesting. If we're to enter Numenon's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, we must secure permission of the forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? Oh, that's a cool Dark Knight arm. No one springs to mind. Those scholar... Oh god, Is Montechain? I don't know. These names are really difficult. He did come to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. It's settled. Let's head to Phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. Oh, another one of those accompanying things. Okay. This way. Oh wait. Hold on, not this way. Bridging the rift, there we go. Actually, hold on, where the hell did I go? God, I haven't been to Charlie in forever. China. Side. Hush, talk Let's press to name our allies in the forums. Lark. Not to shame would certainly be at the top of the list. Hopefully he agrees to guide us with our request. I apprenticed to Master Matoy at the age of 7, labored under her tutelage for a full decade, never had a chance to attend the stadium. Oh, interesting. I mean, she would definitely fit in with the other students here. Neither did Thancred, as I recall. Soon after Master Louis Swa took him in off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. He was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I just wonder what my life would have been like had I pursued studies here instead. Oh, that does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends spent sipping tea and debating theories. Still, I wouldn't give up my time in Maspatoya for the world. The dank cave I studied in was as far from the bright, airy halls of academia as one could get. It was a wondrous, magical childhood, nonetheless. Magical childhood. Ah, visitors. Quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Very forgive the intrusion, scholar, but we're hoping that you might help us secure permission to enter Newfound's restricted archives. Oh, no further forays to stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety. Yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what compels you to strip a vault of forbidden wisdom? Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption's correct, the research left behind in House Daymere has lain dormant in Charlene's archives for many centuries. You unearthed this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift, or one that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Ah, what's his name? Runar, I think. Is it? Yeah, I think it was Runar. Since my side, I've journeyed to the end of existence. I've heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. Yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if our grand revelation was the promised reward? Marvelous. An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. After hearing the whys and wherefores, I for one do not believe that you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request to the forum's consideration. or for the forum's consideration, I should say. Although your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Like Master Levier, maybe? Farshino? Yep, Master Farshino. Why Master Farshino, of course. You can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there's no denying that having Master Farshino on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well. We'll pay a visit to the Levier estate and plead our case. Oh, one last thing before you go. I'd consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you made in the void. You make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager. So if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, scholar. We'll be sure to pass on any revelations. Oh, I need to start Tatara's grand adventure side quest at some point also. Let's see, how the heck do I get out of here? Oh, I can't teleport, that's right. Damn. Or else it's gonna be like, oh, you teleported, so you have to start over again. So you have to keep him by your side the whole time, traveling around. I wish your stall would jump too. That'd be funny. Talk to the butler. How may I be of service? I'm going to speak with Master Farshino. Is he home by chance? Yes, Master's in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. Hello, Daddy. Hello, Alpha Dad. Oh, well, the millions would invite you inside for tea, but I assume that this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss. Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. I wonder what he's gonna say. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Lord Montaigne expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you will not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again. Unless it's absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge? Your brother who misses his sister, he was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days. loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. What's she talking about? I want to say it's Runar, but I don't think it is. There's no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. Maybe she is talking about Runar, I don't know. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Collections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Oh yeah, sure. Not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convinced. I'll add your request to a list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Podestian Annex. Okay. Speak with her at the annex. Ah, okay, I have to... The annex is like all the way on the west side. Right? No, it's like southwest-ish. Oops. Ouch. Can't tell if that's an NPC or not. So, what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlotte and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that our student was the petitioner in question, well, a few members voiced their discontent, and the chamber was reminded in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt that we owe to you and your companions. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines. It was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. My eye. That's wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. That initial look of shock on her face. Yes, well, as I'm sure you're aware, permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution. There will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor and bid you good day. Man, a few words. Never the same, that one. Uncompromising? Aye. That very stoicism is exactly what Sharia needed to guide it through not one but two exoduses. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes. Now I can simply walk in through the door. The focus will be on finding House Daymir's research notes, of course. The thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. Right, and I'm gonna end off, I think this is part 4 here, and I'll continue on in the next one.